Good afternoon, everyone. My name's Bragan Thomas. I'm with the Provincetown Theatre Foundation, and we are working in collaboration with the library to present our second annual summer play series. These are readings of new short plays by emerging authors here in Provincetown and Cape Cod. Today's play is entitled Smoke by Maureen Condon. The author is in the audience. Maureen, wave so we can all know you. Everybody, let's have a round of applause. Without further ado, let me introduce the cast of characters. Featuring Barry McClellan, editor of the Daily Mirror newspaper, will be read by Stuart Derrick. Okay, Philomena Smith, the Obit and Society Pages editor, dowdy dresser, butch haircut, will be read by Diane Hamilton. The role of Melanie Stevenson, a reporter who is a provocative dresser in towering high heels and a miniskirt, will be read by Lonetta Meyer. I will be reading the stage directions and also the role of Kendall MacGyver, another reporter. The setting, a northern suburb of Boston. The interior of the satellite newsroom of the Daily Newspaper, the Daily Mirror newspaper. The time, a freezing cold January, early 1970s. When you could still smoke inside. Smoke. In the satellite newsroom of the Daily Mirror, Barry, Philomena, Kendall, and Melanie all sit at facing desks. Upstage left is a large front door of the newsroom with a window on the top third. The door is at a 45-degree angle to the audience. Upstage right is a closed door marked Archives. The newsroom is smoke-filled, with ashtrays and large cigarette lighters shaped like hand grenades on every desk, except Melanie's. Barry and Philomena are editing copy while their cigarettes are smoking in their ashtrays. Kendall puffs on a cigar, blowing smoke rings at Melanie.
Philomena and the Society Pages are waiting on your story, Melanie. Chop, chop.
It's coming. If I can stay awake long enough to finish it.
Melanie types a few words, pulls paper out of the typewriter, struts to Philomena's desk and drops the story in her inbox, crosses to the front door, opens it, and places a wastebasket against the door to jam the door open. Then she crosses to Barry's desk and sits on it provocatively with her legs crossed.
After that line, how about I work on an expose on Condon Tire Factory's air pollution? It really stinks when I drive to Gloucester.
If the residents aren't picketing, there's no story. How many times do I have to tell you? We don't have enough staff for you to go sniffing around for dirt on industry. Who do you think pays the taxes in this state? Philomena has plenty of assignments right up your alley. Right, Philomena?
Melanie slides off at the desk and turns to face Philomena. Barry crosses to the front door, kicks the wastebasket out of the way, and closes the door. He then crosses to his desk, takes a deep drag off his cigarette.
3 engagements, 2 weddings, 4 obits, 1 featured obit. Kirby's Funeral Home just called in the classified. Retired Chief of Police, Rockport.
Earth-shaking.
Better you than me.
Chauvinist. Isn't police and fire your beat?
I'm not touching that with a 10-foot pole. That's what you women's libbers are for. Hotshot reporters.
Don't change the subject. 3 plants in Gloucester are belching pollution out of their smokestacks. Like you. And all Barry wants me to do are these freaking obits and society shit. I've got sources I can call on each one of these plants.
Yeah, well, if your sources were any good, they'd tell you the Mirror is never going to publish exposés on those 3 plants. Barry's brother-in-law is plant manager at Canton Tire, you dipshit. He's got friends at the other plants. It's called the establishment.
We are the 4 estate, bosso. The watchdogs of the establishment.
You're barking up the wrong tree, little girl.
Yeah? Something you haven't figured out. I've got a friend at the city desk who happens to agree with me. So, sit back and watch, pretty boy. I'll scoop up your ass. In 2 weeks, when Barry's on vacation, I'm going to dig up more dirt than you could imagine in this sleepy seaside town. That's if I'm breathing by then. God, it's suffocating in here. More ways than one.
She stomps upstage and jams the front door open with the wastebasket, breathes deeply, then heads back to her desk.
Fresh air for my asthma.
Oh, for crying out loud, Melanie, you're letting all the heat out. My arthritis.
Arthritis, huh? You'll have more than arthritis. We will all have.
Here we go. Don't open that door again.
I presume you heard the news. Something the Surgeon General said a few years back. Cigarette smoking causes...
Don't be a wise ass. Finish your obits. Philomena and I are trying to read them.
This is Melanie Stevenson, reporter for the Daily Mirror. I'm calling to take the obituary for Chief Rawlings. Yeah? Really? That was quick. Really? I didn't know that. Lung cancer. How sad for the family. Survivor with his wife Alisa and daughter Charlie. Yes. It will run in tomorrow's paper.
Yeah, he kicked the bucket from lung cancer?
Yeah. I heard he was quite the cigar smoker.
Yeah, give it a rest, will you?
Got it. Am I going to get that obit now or after I'm dead and gone? Chop, chop, Melanie.
Melanie types fast, pulls the obit out of the typewriter and crosses to Philomena's inbox. Philomena grabs the obit, marks it with a pen, then hands it to Barry. He glances at it, feeds it into a fax machine. Meanwhile, Melanie crosses to the front door and jams it open again with the wastebasket. Barry notices, slams his fist on the desk, stomps to the door, and bangs it shut.
Enough!
All right, you guys. Let's ventilate. I'll share first. You're not only killing yourself, you know. With all this smoke, you are killing me too. And I'm too young to die. I'm telling all of you that the next big headline on the wire will be second-hand smoking, smothering office workers. How can this not be bad for me?
Alarmist. Save it for your bylines. Stupid city desk thinks our readers love those scary stories you dig up. The water is killing us. The air is killing us. Our food is killing us. Yada 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 yada.
Someday you will be sorry you didn't listen to me.
Oh, cool your jet, Stevenson. Philomena's been smoking all her life, still going strong.
I'm not Philomena, thank God.
I heard that. You're in charge of the obits. I'm on vacation next week.
Just what I went to college for, obits. You're nothing but a glorified secretary.
Guess what? You have got police and fire checks too. I am off to the Bahamas next week.
Screw you. Have fun. I'll breathe a sigh of relief when you walk out the door.
I'm not going anywhere, and that door is staying shut.
Give me a break. 10 chain smoker in this miserable excuse for an office, not a window to open. Next week we are down 2, and you still won't let me come up for fresh air.
You're so full of hot air, Melanie. I'm sure you'll rise to the occasion. The obits, Melanie, society, police, fire. You're a pistol. I'll bet my life on it.
Right.
Get cracking, Melanie. See the time? 5 minutes to deadline.
I can barely see the clock through the smoke in here, let alone read the time.
Melanie pulls the story out of the typewriter and crosses to Philomena's desk.
There you have it.
She starts reading. Barry snaps his fingers at Philomena to hurry her up. Melanie crosses upstage and jams the front door open again with the wastebasket and steps outside, breathing deeply.
Okay, smarty pants.
Barry picks up the front door key, crosses to the door, and locks it.
I'll freeze to death out here. You're not funny, McCallum.
You're gonna let her off the hook soon, boss? Come on.
As soon as I finish reading her copy.
He grabs the copy from Philomena, glances at it, and puts it in the fax machine. Melanie starts throwing snowballs at the door. Barry crosses to the door and unlocks it. Melanie steps inside with a snowball and takes aim.
Throw that and I might fire you. Capiche?
You are no fun anymore.
Neither are you.
Barry crosses to his desk. Melanie, holding the snowball, pauses. An idea comes to her. She crosses, then picks up a cigarette lighter, enters the archive room, opens a cabinet drawer filled with hanging files of newspaper clippings, sets the melting snowball on top, and lights the files.
Let's see how long it takes them to notice this smoke.
Melanie crosses to her desk as smoke slowly curls out of the archives into the newsroom.
I don't know how you guys can stand all the smoke in here. Just look at it. Doesn't all this smoke bother you?
As the smoke builds, Melanie crosses to the front door and opens it.
Shut the damn door, Melanie, or it will be the last time you open it before it closes on you permanently. Capiche?
Right, boss.
She goes outside, notices a snow shovel that is leaning against the wall of the office front door. She gleefully shoves it through the loop door handle, effectively locking the door from the outside. Since the door handle cannot be seen from the inside, it's below the level of the window. Melanie mutters to herself.
This is called role reversal, Barry. See how you like it.
The room slowly fills with smoke. The fire alarm goes off, and everyone rushes to the front door and begins pulling on it. Melanie tries to signal to calm down, but the more they pull, the harder it is for her to steady the door, so they can release the shovel.
Melanie!
Stop pulling at the door! Listen to me!
Yes, Melanie, cut the crap!
Stop pulling! Listen to me!
Melanie struggles to unjam the door. Smoke fills the newsroom. More coughing and shouting. Then silence.
Help!
And then we hear the sound of tires skidding, followed by a thud. Oh my God! She ran right out in front of me! End of play.